following is a special presentation. From the Captain Esports Network.
Live from the Queen City, Charlotte Motor Speedway, it is the Captain Esports Network and iRacing as we get ready for round number 6. Virtually on iRacing, Concord, North Carolina, just to the north and east of the city. And we are ready to go from the home of racing pretty much in the Charlotte area. It is race number 6, I should say, of the series coming up here. In just a couple of moments, I am the captain. We welcome you in. Pleased to join you on this Tuesday evening. Got a lot to talk about here, a very short window, so let's do so. Let's show you the point standings. I'm going to show you 2 different point standings entering this race. This here is the actual point standings with the drops involved. So at the end of 10 races, this will be the one we look at to crown the champion. And Casey Carrington, when you add the 2 subtracted races, there's your 3 wins in 3 starts counted. If you look right over here, you see races counted in wins. You see 3 and 3. There's 5 starts, but 2 of them didn't count, basically, when it's all over with. So because of that, he has a 6-point lead over Brandon Alphin. What do the points look like if it was straight up? Well, Carrington still leads by 18 over Alphin. Stephen Miles there in third, of course, with 5 races out of 5 counted. So just to show you the difference there in the points standings as we get ready to go here. So hello from McSwiggins, of course, in Texas, as they watch again tonight. 10 people at least in there. Let's get more people in the BAR so we can have some FUN tonight. And qualifying going to begin here as we get some cars out there on the track. And let's go get the hottest driver, I think, to start the series so far here this season. And that is Casey Carrington, who is, well, he's in the wall. So never mind. Let's not go to Casey. Let's go to Big Daddy, Stephen Miles. The 24 car out on track here. He gets a little loose off turn 2. Must have dropped his Pepsi on the track or something. As Daniel Giroux going to be the first one across the line, followed by Jacob Gibson. Kyle Ether jumps up to the pole right now. He'll get 2 laps to run that fast lap around the track. Ether looking to get a second straight pole after his pole last week. Or I'm sorry, got it mixed up in a truck series with his pole that he had at Atlanta. So it'd be a second straight night with a pole. But Kyle pretty good here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway as he crosses the line in that Camo Dale Jr. car and goes 29.46. And a good lap there for the Camo 8. Let's check out Brandon Alphin as he goes down the back straightaway. Brandon running a chrome Haviland car. I like the paint there. Through 3 and 4 in the middle of broad daylight here they qualified. This race, of course, will go into the nighttime as a traditional Charlotte Motor Speedway race will. 29.52 for the 2-1. Miles third right now. Eurykio and Josh Dillon there. Let's see. Is Carrington's going to try it again here as he comes out of pit road. And I see AB's gone purple. Let's jump to the 38 car. And Bryson goes P4, 29.58. So that 46 holding on strong there for Ethier. Let's go back to Carrington. Craig Martin up to the 10th position. Get you some live audio of the cars, by the way. Let's do that. There we go. Have some car noises. As Carrington brings it through 3 and 4 to the checkered flag. And P10 right now. That's going to be disappointing for him. As Telder crosses the line. He goes to 13th. Another disappointing run. How about the Dean machine? Oh, the Lowe's car at the old Lowe's Motor Speedway, if you will. Looks like 2 cars aren't going to qualify when it's all said and done. Everybody will race, just not put a qualifying attempt in. All right, so Dean's first lap. Shoots him up to the 13th position, 29.7. He's going to need to gain 3/10 here. And already getting loose. That's it. That will do him in. And that'll be the end of qualifying. Kyle Ethier going to win the pole here at Charlotte. We'll come back. But first, let's get you the national anthem and get you the lineup here on the Captain Esports Network.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, great job with the national anthem as always. Pretty cool to see a camo car on the pole at Charlotte. As we get you the starting lineups here for the 85-lap race around this 1.5-mile track. As Kyle Ethier on the pole, he'll start alongside Brandon Alphin. Brandon just missing the pole by about 0.5 Stephen Miles, Alex Bryson there at row number 2. Nick Eurykio, Josh Dillon in row number 3. There's Ty Young in the 28 car, starting 7th alongside Josh Parent. Daniel Giroux in the 9th position there. He'll start inside of Casey Carrington, the points leader, entering the race here this evening. Row 7, Christopher Dean, Matt Telder. Randy Cornwell, Chris Lewis. They'll take row number 8. Row 9, Dominic Russo, Devin Ramsey. Josh Gagnon, Clement Downing in row 10. Melnick, Aaron Beaver, Sean Lester the 23 starters that will race here tonight. It's funny, I fix it and then all of a sudden it breaks itself again. All right, 79 degrees, 34% humidity. Of course, the race is going to go into the nighttime. Two sets of tires, 50% fuel. I seem to be in a losing battle with that screen there. But anyways, all right. Cars rolling through turn 3 and 4. In all seriousness, I am going for the picks that we do on the podcast. I'll have that pick there. Who do I think's really going to win the race? I got to think about that because I really haven't broken that down yet in my head. I have a couple ideas, but Todd Gilliland is your pick. All right. A little upset there. Jackson Burgess, that is, as we get ready to go green for 85 laps as Kyle Ether brings him to the green flag into Queen City, Charlotte Motor Speedway. There it is. Don't spin the tires. We're green. Our cameras tonight presented by TrackCams22.com. You check them out online on Facebook and the iRacing forums at TrackCams22.com. As Kyle Ether pulls away to a pretty good-sized lead. But the tires are going to play a big role. This track will eat them up as the surface is worn in now pretty solidly. This actually the track that hosted a all-star race in another league. A lot of these guys got the run in. And I was actually one that got the run in them. And this car was definitely a handful around this Charlotte Motor Speedway. Oh, a caution going to come out right away as Dominic Russo has gone around in 3 and 4. Or 2, actually, I'm sorry, 1 and 2, the wrong corner on the track. And I think Sean Lester might have got a piece of it. Let's see what happens to the Acid Wall CTF car. Got the Telder. Oh, who's that up in the outside wall? Was that Telder? And then Gagnon gets in the back of Russo. Oh, and there goes Ramsey. All 3 of the Treehouse cars get turned. Oh, geez. So where did Telder get the wall? That's where this all starts. I think Telder may have misjudged or something there. He gets in the wall, everybody checks up, and that's when the 79 and 63 come together. And then the 9 of Ramsey gets turned by the 3. Calamity on lap number 2. And half the car is going to come to pit road here, likely to top off the fuel. Okay, so Russo actually gets loose checking up for Cornwell, and Gagnon didn't get checked up quick enough to get in the back of the 63. Unfortunate, just series of events there, bringing out the first caution here at lap 2. All right, let's get a word with the pole sitter here from tonight. The Season 8 champ here of this TI Series being Kyle Ether. Kyle, obviously, congratulations on the pole. We get a chance to actually talk to you here under caution, even though we're 2 laps in. But, hey, man, congratulations. Great lap out there. And I know you love this track. Got to feel pretty good.
Fast, though. Time's definitely changed over from practice. Track got really hot. And, I don't know, I guess I just held on to it the best. But, I don't know. I like this place. Haven't run it in a few years. I was MIA last time you guys ran here. Wink, wink. So
You're welcome.
But yeah, I'm excited. I haven't raced this car here, so I don't, or no, maybe we did last year on Friday, but I'm excited either way. I like this place.
Yeah, it's a fun one. And for those who don't know the joke and haven't listened to the podcast, this is an infamous track where he and I got into a little argy-bargy incident. But anywho, obviously, the track's going to get faster. It's going to get more grip as we go here. Is that going to make tire wear pretty big?
Yeah, the only having 2 sets, pitting every 20-ish laps. I feel like, at least for me, I'm probably going to save them this run. As the race goes on, the tire wear should probably get better once the lights come on, but I want to make sure I have tires. They matter here, and they're going to matter late.
There you go, man. Well, hey, best of luck here. Come to the green. Don't spin them.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, buddy. Kyle Ethier coming to the green here as we're completing lap number 5 after caution numero uno for Dominic Russo and pretty much all the Treehouse Autosport team and the 3 of Sean Lester getting involved in that deal. Lester and Russo spinning out along with the 9 of Ramsey, but everybody should be able to get the damage fixed. Shouldn't be too bad of damage. Everybody's on track, still in the lead lap, and coming back to the green as Ethier jumps on it. Here we go. As Alphin climbing that top side turn 2, which I think that top side eventually is going to be the way to go here as tires wear out. Everybody pretty much single file here, going to try to pace themselves. As Young holding off Carrington right now. It's a battle for 7th and 8th. Pretty much giving each other kind of some space here. First real close battle is back at the 3rd position with Stephen Miles and Alex Bryson, the 31 there behind him. That's Josh Parent in that AT&T car. The UPS ride of Josh Dillon. I appreciate the viewers watching here tonight. Of course, the good friends out at McSwiggins there in Texas checking us out on their TVs there. Everyone watching, appreciate you guys joining us for a 2nd straight week. We need to get you guys watching every night. Even if it's on one TV, man bag for a second. Jacob Gibson back here in the 19 car. That 19 might be a little different color than the paint scheme is, but that's okay. That's what makes iRacing fun. But let's go up here. A battle for the 4th position. Josh Parent inside. Alex Bryson topside. And Josh Parent snakehead. As Josh Gagnon has gone around over in turn 2. And he sits over there like something might be wrong here. Toes. Let's view. Oh, and another Treehouse car goes spinning over in the front straightaway, I think. It might be Beaver because they have similar colored cars. And Gagnon's going to lose the back end and spin around and get the inside wall. He jumps to pit road, and as we were jumping to the replay, here goes Beaver. Well, he's running the Roval. Oh, he nailed that inside wall hard. Oh, debris on the track. Cars having issues with the handling here. We go visor cam here. Casey Carrington, 37 car running in the 8th position. That wheel there at about 1 o'clock. As Russo cutting the field turf out there. It's not grass. It's now field turf. Russo's having all kinds of issues. Somehow holding strong. Cornwell, Gibson battle for 11th here. Tough it is to pass here the longer we go on tires. So back from about 11th on back, everybody came in to top off the fuel cell. So you heard Ethier say about 20 laps on a tank of fuel. So as long as you can get to that 20, maybe 21 and 22 would be even better, because that'll set you up to make it a 3-stop race, where if you pit at 20, it could be interesting because you're 5 laps short technically to going on a 3-stopper. Here, a couple teammates working together. The 88-37 of Dillon and Carrington as they trying to get around Ty Young. Oh, Casey thinking about the middle. Engel Giroux back there in the 92 with him, still looking for a sponsor apparently because his car's for sale. So Carrington does clear. Ty Young for position. Up to 6 goes your points leader. Back here to Giroux as these guys continue to fight mid-pack. Ooh, one car heading. That was the 222 of Martin. Good save on his part. The fight continues to be right here. We look at Josh Dillon. Not seeing much turn in the car, and I think part of that's because of the way the yaw is set up in it. And what I mean by that is when you watch the rear end of the car, and the best way to see this is you have to look at the line on the track. So look at the blue and white line in the corner here. Notice how the left front is sitting on the line, and look where the left rear is. It's about a half a groove up the track, and that is part of yaw, and it allows the rear end to kind of drive itself around the corner. And with the skew in the car, so that allows the driver not have to turn the wheel as much. Of course, you don't see that much in the next gen anymore because, well, they got rid of the whole skew thing. Which, thank you, is all I'm going to say to that one. So Ethier's led every lap so far. He's got 3/10 over Brandon Alphin. Miles right there in third. Alex Bryson, Josh Parent, your top 5. Again, going to be coming up on round 1 of pit stops here. Of course, for those who like to listen to the podcast, I should throw it out there. Slight delay in the recording of the podcast. We were going to try to record it today, but still some circumstances going on that I'm not going to get into on the air because of personal reasons. And I want the news to be able to break from a specific individual before I throw it out in public. But tomorrow we should record the podcast, and I don't have anything going on tomorrow night other than watching qualifying for the 500. So we'll probably get it all set up, and I'll probably get it out there tomorrow night, if not Thursday at the latest, during the duels. Remember, we do not have a TI race this week on Thursday because of the duels. After tonight, the next time you'll see us on the air will be Friday night from Las Vegas. As the battle for the lead comes to life, Brandon Alphin slowly edging in on that 8 car. Not really seeing too many people get away from each other. I mean, the top 6 cars within 2 seconds of each other. There's Ty Young in the 28 running 7th. He's got a little bit of distance between he and Giroux there in 8th. Nick Uricchio up to 9th. And then you got to wonder, when will pit stops make their appearance here? I think it's going to come shortly as we're 22 laps in. And here we go right now, pit stops. Starting, that's Daniel Giroux going to be the first one in. The 92 in the classified ad car, if you will. Right side tires. So he's going to take 4 tires and fuel here early, it looks like. You see, goes a lap down. Ty Young's going to come to pit road into 28 now. Giroux at a good stop. Here's Ty in the McSwiggins Mick Chevy. And he's going fuel only here. Car not lifting up at all. There he goes, takes off. Fuel only, and he continues on. Leaders on pit road. This at lap 25, so this obviously will open up the window to make it 3 stops without a single issue at all. Josh Parent going to give himself a bonus point for leading as that Taurus of Alphen gets in his pit. Here's the hard part about having 4 cars pitting right on top of another's. You got to find your pit stall, and all 4 did a good job here. And all 4 taking fuel only and simultaneously leaving, except for Josh Dillon back there, who's going to be the first one left behind. Watch out for that pothole. That manhole cover usually brings out a caution once a race. As Alphen's going to beat Ethier off of pit road, as here comes the 31 and 37. Clement Downing on pit road, so is the 22 of Randy Cornwell. And these two going to argue over position. Watch out for... Oh, Casey's spinning the tires a little bit there. So that hands the lead to the... Oh, they're still going to fight over here. Matt Telder car. There he is in the 23. Uricchio right behind him. These are all cars that pitted at that caution. What a great pit stop for Carrington as he has joined the cars up front here in the battle for the lead. And that might have been just a separation of final of laps or something like that, because I'm looking at the times on pit road. Everybody's on top of another. There really isn't a big separation. So how Carrington was able to gain all that time and pass Miles and Bryson and these guys right here, it makes you wonder if they were able to run a clean, if he was able to run a cleaner lap or something on his end lap. So Martin, Dean, Lewis, Uricchio and others leaving pit road at lap 28. Not too much of a chatty bunch here tonight, I must say, huh? So Telder and Melnick on pit road. That's going to hand the lead over to Brandon Alphen once he comes off turn 4. And there he goes right there. Kyle Ethier will be second. Casey Carrington the third. And then Stephen Miles, Alex Bryson should be your top 5. And they'll be back to Josh Parent. And we'll see where Telder gets out here on track. Ty Young should be able to get past him. It's going to be close. There he goes. And then Daniel Giroux will be 8th. Telder will come out 9th with Jacob Gibson, your top 10. And Carrington's got a problem or something coming back to pit road. The points leader. What happened here? Did he speed on exit? Oh, no. Yeah, he's going past his pit stall here, and Lee, oh no. Or did he, you know what? I think I know exactly what happened. Let's go back and watch his exit of pit road. I thought I caught this as I think back now. I want to say I saw him kind of get out near the exit line in the middle of the corner, or the apron line, I should say, yeah, that line that all of a sudden just flipped my head. And I wonder if he crossed over. If he did, then he had to come to pit road for a black flag. Let's see. As they leave pit road, everything's good there. He about wrecks himself there. He comes back top side here. Watch that. If he crosses that blue line, we might have an issue. He's right on it right now. He's good. He's good. He's good. I don't see anything wrong there. The next question, did he speed into his pit stall? So Carrington going to be still on a lead lap, but 17th position. He's got a fight on his hands now. As Ethier inside of Bryson for third. Luke Skywalker watching us in chat. Nestor Diaz, hello to you. Roderick Moore watching in chat. Trent Easter, hello. Danny Giasante. Checking a couple Brujas. Nestor Diaz already said hello to you, but hello again. Sydney Blackburn, hello to you. I appreciate all the viewers watching here, especially those over at McSwiggins in Texas. Watching on the stream. North side of Dallas. All right, let's take you through the field and show you where everybody's running. Brandon Alphen leads. You see him right there in that 28 car, or the 21. I'm used to seeing Haviland on a 28 car. The former pitcher at Louisville University. Or University of Louisville, if you want to put it. Has a small lead over Stephen Miles. Alex Bryson third. You see Miles up ahead there about 0.6 of a second back. And then Bryson here another 0.6 back to him. Kyle Ethier, your pole sitter, running in the 4th position. The Bud Ride doing a pretty good job here. And then your first car on 4 tires is Daniel Giroux in the 5th position here. And he is making some headway, but it's a give and take world here. He took tires, which means he will not have tires to... Whoa, Bryson! And to catch it. He won't have tires to... He'll have one set of tires to use the rest of the race, basically. So he's got to be very careful where he uses those as he comes up on these guys. And then here comes the newly painted Marion iRacing Lightning Bolt Purple Mobile. Purple People Eater, the Barney Machine, whatever you want to call that thing. But that's the 111 car of Chris Lewis running in the 6th position. And then there's Ty Young, the 28 car, 7th position for him. Should mention Lewis also on 4 tires, too. And you got Ty, and you got Josh Parent there behind him, who just lost a spot to Nick Enriquio, who's got 4 tires. And so does Josh Dillon. So those two go by for 7th and 8th. And Josh Parent here in the 10th position now, who's getting kind of free there on those rear tires. Katarina Cameron watching tonight also. Jacob Gibson, the 19 car, running in the 11th position right now. Jacob 9.7 seconds back. Good run in the old Kevin Harvick throwback. Don't do that. As Clement Downey making an unscheduled pit stop. Craig Martin in the 22 car, 222. Battling with the 22 of Randy Cornwell. This is the 12th and 13th positions here. About 13 seconds back. And then Christopher Dean in the 48 car in the 14th position for him. So Chris kind of struggling a little bit. And you got Stephen Melnick back here, the 1 car. Hawkeye is on his car again this week. Devin Ramsey holding strong in the 16th position right now. After getting involved in that accident, you see a little bit of right rear damage on that car. And then here's the guy that right now might be the big story here in this race, Casey Carrington. 17th position after a penalty on pit road, which I assume was speeding on exit. Because if he would have sped on entry, he would have had to sit in his pit stall. Dominic Russo, 18th position, as he is a lap down now. And then the rest of these cars a lap down. Matt Teller, which, by the way, would be the example of a speeding penalty. He spent all of 43 seconds in his pit stall last time by, so he is 19th now a lap down. Make that 2 laps down. Clement Downey, Sean Lester, they're in the pits right now. Beaver and Gagnon off the track. As Chris Lewis is taking his car to the lead. Remember, he's got 4 fresh tires, so he was able to blow by everybody pretty much during the last couple of laps. But again, that risk is going to be when they come back to pit road here in the next 10 laps. He will not have that set of tires. He'll have to hold off unless he wrecks right here. Or if he takes that other set of tires, then he'll have 35 laps to run with 1 more set to get to the finish. So kind of a gutsy call here. Let's watch how Lewis kind of roared through the field here on the fresh tires. You see he passes the 92 and then going to go by Bryce, and you saw Ethier about drop the Budweiser car out to the apron. And that's part of the strategy of this league. So he makes those passes and then comes up here and gets by Miles and then passes Alphin to take the lead. Just a few minutes ago on lap number 39. So Daniel Giroux has now moved to second. He's the other car with fresh tires. Nick Uricchio is going to be a third car with fresh tires coming into play, and so is Josh Dillon. Uricchio slide jobs Miles a little bit there. Not unintentional, I would say. So what's everybody's beer of choice over there? What do you guys like to, what are we drinking over there? Are we just going traditionals, the Miller Lights, the Coors Light, Bud Lights? Are we going dark beers like a Yingling, or are we ones that like the seasonal stuff like a Sam Adams or something? Or do we just go off the off the rail and go with something else? Just kind of curious. Those watching it, McSwiggins. You see Alphin's falling all the way back to 6 now, as you see Dillon there behind him. As Kyle Ethier is going to come back to pit road, so here we go with the second round. Of pit stops here. Oh, pole sitter, clean entry here. Should be tires. That car lifts up. There it goes. So 4 tires and fuel. Or the 8 car. I'm expecting Ty Young to take tires. He sure does and rolls away. Jacob Gibson, Randy Cornwell all in pit road with Russo, and then Giroux, Miles, and Bryson all coming to pit road here. So a lot of cars. As we get to the second cycle of pit stops, which that was pretty short of a run, 23 laps. It's going to make it interesting. 23 from 48 will get you to 71. So it should be a one-stopper still to the finish of this race. Hello to Trey Pierce watching on chat. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, please. Get your notifications so you can be a part of each broadcast you see on the Captain Esports Network. And Carrington getting every piece of pit road. Almost got the outside wall over there. Melnick, I think, missed pit road. Lewis still out there running in the lead. Did Brandon Alphin run out of gas? Because this thing is coasting into his pit stall. More tires and fuel there for the 21. Parent leaving pit road. But yeah, the way Alphin was coasting into his pit stall, you can't help but wonder if he ran it out of fuel. As here comes Lewis to pit road. So this will likely be a fuel-only stop here unless he chooses to take tires. He's going to go fuel only here, as Nick Uricchio leads now as he goes around the 9 at Devin Ramsey. And Nick's going to come to pit road and bring Devin with him in the matching blue cars. Two different teams, but matching cars. Dean on pit road along with Ramsey, as mentioned. And Uricchio. And here comes Melnick, who I think missed pit road the last time by. That'll hand the lead back to Lewis by 2.1 seconds. Now the problem, Lewis has no tires. Stephen Miles does. So here comes the monkey see, monkey do games, I guess, if you will, where one car doesn't take tires and next time around they do take tires and vice versa. Visor cam here for Miles. Watch how quick Miles goes blowing by Lewis here. As somebody smoked it on the pit road, it looks like. That's Josh Parent, by the way, on pit road here at lap 51, and he has been there for a second, so I'm not sure if he towed or what the deal is. He might have been the one that spun. And that's apparently what did happen here. I thought I saw smoke going into pit road. Or Josh just... Did he have a... Did we have a potential, like, help me Tom Cruise type moment? I mean, that was recorded at Charlotte. Interesting. Parent takes the car behind the wall. Our first battle on the track is going to be right here. Daniel Giroux and Josh Dillon. The battle for 7th and 8th. Josh is only about 3 seconds or so behind a top 5 potentially, as Ty Young runs 5th now behind Lewis. And Young should be able to move his way to 4th here momentarily as he'll catch the 111 car. Telder going by. He's got fresher tires after just coming off pit road. So next week, we break off from the 1.5 mile tracks as there's Ty Young taking 4th right now from Lewis. And head to Indianapolis, the Brickyard, for 65 laps of racing. And then the Iowa Speedway on the 27th. And then from there, we actually take a week off because of week 13. For those who don't know what week 13 is, it is basically the week where iRacing transitions to its next season. There's 4 seasons on iRacing, and they come up with a bunch of creative races, and then they usually bring out a whole new package of setups and different things, updates, and so on and so forth. And usually there's some issues in racing, league races and stuff, so Lewis has decided, hey, let's just take that week off and just have a break for a week and come back and finish out the season. We have a jabroni comment. Look out now. Somebody must be pretty excited to either that or I'm just kind of seeing the word jabroni and just thinking that somebody didn't know the word. When it comes to The Rock, might be pretty excited to see The Rock back in the wrestling ring again, but, you know, maybe it's just a random term that Katarina knows and didn't think nothing of it on my end. I don't know how to speak English tonight, so don't mind me. All right, so you see Alphen blown by cars here up to the 6th position. 25 laps to go. You're seeing the cars that did not take tires just slowly fade now. Only the 1 caution so far at lap 2. And that has been it. And something with the 2s all fighting with each other here. Cornwell in the 22. Martin in the 222. Appreciate all the viewers watching here tonight. A reminder, you can actually follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, even on TikTok. Just look up Captain Esports Network on any of those channels. Matter of fact, when we get done here tonight, I made a note to myself to go follow a few people on the socials in here. Of course, you can keep up to date, especially with the racing season coming up this week, the Daytona 500 and stuff. I actually have a Discord channel of my own now that I opened up a few weeks ago that I'll be hanging out in for the 500 on Sunday. And if you just want to come chat racing and stuff like that, I'll be sitting there probably all by my lonesome watching the hopefully not rain on Great American Race. As Randy Cornwell to pit road, this will be the final round of pit stops here. So Randy's going to be the first one to take tires. He's going to try to do an undercut here. And try to get some track position from some of these cars. The risk with that, though, is the fact that he will wear his tires out quicker than everyone else, pitting early. There he goes, 14.9. As there's your leader, Stephen Miles, as he comes up on his good friend, the Dean Machine, in the 48. There's Alex Bryson on pit road. So Bryson, Alphen, and Eurykio come to pit road here. And here comes Miles back there behind him, the leader in. Second place coming in there with Ethier. Ethier about locks it up there and almost spins her. Here comes Ty Young back there in that 28 car. Should expect everybody to take tires. Now, don't be surprised if you see somebody go fuel only here to save the set of tires for the finish. And what I mean by that is if we get a yellow flag between now and the end of the race, that set of tires might be the difference in you going to victory lane and not. I mean, yes, the race has a green flag feel to it with only the one caution so far. But as you know in racing, anything can happen. Josh Dillon leads as he goes by the camera right there. I found that one car so far that might be trying that strategy. As Alex Bryson just ran the fastest lap, 29.87. I thought we'd be at nighttime by now, but I don't know if Chris didn't set up the time quick enough or what. Which will happen sometimes. A day race at Charlotte's cool. So you got Dillon, you got Carrington, you got those two running the long game here, trying to get a caution to see if they can steal track position. Here comes Dillon to pit road. And here comes Carrington also. That'll hand the lead to Stephen Miles. And so he'll have about 9/10 of a second over Alex Bryson. Kyle Ethier, Ty Young, and Brandon Alford going to be the top 5 now. Now the car that I mentioned that could be playing the tire strategy here is this 92 car of Daniel Giroux. He was on pit road all of 8 seconds in his pit stall, which tells me he did not take tires likely. And if a caution comes out in these next 16 laps, it is about a 90% chance, unless something ridiculous happens, that this 92 could be going to victory lane. It's a strategy that 80-85% of the time doesn't work. But there is that chance, as they say. There's a chance, right? Here's Uricchio, the 36 car, doing a good job here this evening. Everybody doing a good job. Good racing. Matter of fact, I have come to conclusion and realized that we've only had two cautions in the last 2 races. So see if we can finish that off. That'd be kind of cool. A little nugget for everybody. So the next broadcast you'll see from myself will be Friday night. Casey Carrington's All-American Series from Vegas. Hope you can come join us at 8:30 for that. Cornwell trying to hold off this 36. You see Dillon back there in the 88 and also Carrington in the 37. That is actually a battle for the 11th position as they come up on the lap car of Ramsey. Ramsey's keeping to the bottom side there. Carrington about spun it out of turn 2 there. So 4 cars now under a blanket. Oh, Carrington's going to get to his teammate. Got loose, and him and Dillon go spinning. And there's the caution. teammate, RG Bargy. It looked like Casey got loose on the bottom. Let's back it up a little bit. As these guys were fighting hard as they were trying to catch up with the pack. Or catch up with those guys, I should say. It's going to happen next time by here. So we're going to get around the car of Ramsey here. The point leader not having a good night here at Charlotte. Oh, just see, he about wrecks the car there. Then comes down the back straightaway. Great save on his part. And let's see, does he clip the apron here or what? Because you're going to see the car getting real evil right here in a second. Right. Yeah, you can just see him fighting the wheel behind Eurykio. They both save it, so I'm surprised the caution came out. Let's show you how evil this car was. And he might have also been trying to, well, might have been trying to get around to 36 there too. All right, so as Tom Baker checks in. Hello, Tom. Appreciate you, sir. Let's see. This is going to tell us what everybody has. I'm pretty sure that the only person that should come to pit road is going to be this 92 car. And he does not come to pit road. So he must not have tires. So that means not a single driver has tires left in this race. Unless some of these guys at the back, Dean, Melnick, Ramsey, Russo. Problem is they're all lapped down. All right, so who has saved enough tire? To potentially go to victory lane here. Miles after his big situation that happened. He going to go to victory lane. How about Alex Bryson there in that 38? He's had a great run. Kyle Ethier, one of his favorite tracks. How about that Ty guy back there? Ty Young, the 28. Fourth position. Brandon Alford. Lewis, Giroux, Gibson, Cornwell, Eurykio, your top 10. And we'll get the green with 6 laps to go. Let's explain a couple things here real quickly. One, everybody here's on older tires. On older tires at Charlotte Motor Speedway, you are likely going to spin them. And something about iRacing, it's not, you know, a real life thing really when it comes to this, but on iRacing, when you spin the tires, the car goes to the right 99% of the time. So be ready, especially on the inside lane here, because this could become chaos right here. Miles, there's a few, like Miles I'm pretty confident in. Bryson, Ethier, No offense to Ty, I don't know him well enough, but I mean, just seeing him warm up the tires here through 1 and 2 might have told me enough to say I think he's going to be okay. But there's a few of them out here that they got a little bit of a heavy foot, if you will. So we'll see if that plays a role here as we come to the green. With 6 laps to go. Lewis is one, by the way, that could have that heavy foot. Here we go. And Miles takes off, and look, you see how that car turns sideways on the gas. He actually did the right thing here and took off early and allows the cars to go. 3 wide to the bottom goes Carrington inside of Cornwell. As they race tight down to turn 1. Alphin has gone by for 4th past Young as he falls back. That was actually the perfect restart to have right there, because to get the field up to speed quicker by taking off allowed them not to spin the tires potentially. As 4 cars under a blanket with 5 to go. The weird part about the 8 is on Tuesday nights he's not a TI driver. On Thursday nights he is, and Friday nights, and here he is running with 3 TI guys. Four to go, and here comes Young back there. A caution as somebody's in the infield back there. It is Dylan. And a pace car with a T-bone stake. Hello, overtime, my old friend. Oh! Wait, where have I seen that wreck before in real life? Oh, into the wall he goes. Did that not look like Dale Jr. and Michael Waltrip 2006? The wreck that almost changed the relationship of DEI. Along with some other stuff. And Josh apparently was not going to hold the brakes. Right. Alrighty then. That's exactly what that looked like. Is the old Dale Jr. Michael Waltrip wreck from 07 or 06, whatever year that was, where they had the 22 cautions in the Coke 600. Well, this is going to bring an interesting dynamic into the track, because look now, it's getting darker. Track's getting shaded. Finally. Not now, Telder. I mean, 20 laps ago, maybe. All right, so we'll get one to go this time by. Maybe not. Still 2 to go. Let's see, where are you at? I'm looking for Teller. You're way back there. Hey, you're going to the back. Hey, you got a front row seat. So we'll get one to go this time and get overtime into play here. All right, somehow, some way, the 37 car sits up in the 8th position. Everything that's gone on so far here in the last 15 laps. But Miles, Bryson, Ethier, Alphin, and Ty Young going to be your top 5. Lewis going to be 6th. Gibson going to be 7th. By the way, that section right there, turn 3 and 4, I bring this up a lot. One of the rare sections in any racing track that does not have a fence around the outside wall on a NASCAR track. And it's because those billboards over there in 3 and 4. So come off turn 4. Pace car's in. Here we go. Better launch early because they're going to spin the tires. Everybody clean and good. Miles with a good jump. As Ethier clears to 2nd. Should be able to slide up in front of Bryson. Alphin going to go to 3rd. Bryson with a crossover move. Moved Young up to 5th. Who's getting pushed by Carrington. White flag, final lap. Miles with a good run off too. Bryson gets it all kinds of sideways. Did he lift? Stephen Miles through 3 and 4. Gonna bring it to the checkered flag and a win at Charlotte. Ethier with a late pass for 2nd. Bryson, Alphin, Young gets a top 5. Carrington 6th. Lewis is 7th. Cornwell to 8th. Gibson to 9th. Christopher Dean, good comeback to 10th. And for Miles, continuing to add on to his career record total of wins, not only in this series, but with the TI Racing team, as he takes Pepsi to victory lane. And there was a little bit of action back there on the back straightaway, by the way. Finisher involved Craig Martin. And did Jacob Gibson get a part of that? Oh, right there to get together. Bam, into the wall goes a 222. Tough break there. As Miles goes to victory lane here this evening. Let's get Miles up here, and we got a live video up here, so I'm not sure if I should interrupt him or not, but I'm going to do so. And bring him up here to talk to us, going to victory lane here tonight. Miles, you want to break the news? Because I haven't broken any news yet. I didn't want to get in your business.
What you mean?
The big news that happened about 24 hours ago.
Oh, I had my son, man, at 10:30 last night.
10:30 last night, Big Papa, and of course he continues this tradition that I've always heard about in racing. I haven't seen it recently, but there's that old tradition that you have a child, and that next race you usually go to victory lane.
Yeah, I really wanted to, man. Especially tonight at Charlotte with this Pepsi paint scheme on here, and I felt like I had a good top 2 or 3 car. I felt like Alphin AB was a little bit faster than me in the beginning, or even probably the middle. I know just the long ends when I really stride, and Kyle Ether, he was fast there too, man. And me and AB got that little good pit stop together. I think he came in a lap before me, and we did not. I did not want to see that caution. I don't know what really happened out there, but that caution kind of just made me feel like, here we go again with the bad luck I had this season, not having things fall my way. And luckily, man, I just have a good teammate in AB, and AB was just fighting my rear bumper right there. He could have passed me. I mean, I told him multiple times. It just my car wouldn't go. I don't know what it is. It just wouldn't go under those restarts or whatever. It took at least about 5 laps to come in, and he just sat there and held his ground and wanted me to get this win. Felt I deserved it after all the missed opportunities this season. But yeah, man, thank him, man. Thank him for real.
Well, obviously, to get that win, I mean, with the drops in play and stuff and the points, you know, obviously Casey's had some pretty good luck with the 3 wins here this season. You're now following him in that wins category, so I think this is obviously going to tighten up this battle pretty well now.
Yeah, Casey is just so good, man. He rarely make mistakes, or if he do, he know how to capitalize off of them, just like I do, just like he did tonight. You know, he had a speeding or whatever type penalty he had, and that caution really helped him out, and he got back on there and had a good run at the end with those fresh tires, and I really thought that was the play to make. And I know Alpin is ahead of me, so I think Alpin probably gonna make it a little bit closer than I will come behind him, I think. And I mean, we're just trying to get a team championship and try to get one of us off the team, get us a championship, and hopefully, man, we get that.
Well, obviously, a great job here tonight. Congratulations, and obviously, congrats on the child, and send some shout out to whoever you'd like to.
I want to appreciate you, one of the best broadcasters out there, man. Do a hell of a job. Every broadcast, I mean, damn near the whole week, you broadcast every single day and put hard work and dedication into this. So none of this wouldn't be possible without you. TI Racing, AB, Alphin, Dean, he had a little mishap or whatever, but I think he was able to come back. And Lewis, I want to thank everybody in the league. I mean, it's a competitive league, man. We have our ups and downs, but it still be competitive against everybody. It doesn't matter who it is. And I want to thank God, thank my girlfriend, and I dedicate this one, Boston Draco, man.
Absolutely, man. Well, great job tonight, and go celebrate with Boston and the family.
Appreciate it.
You too, buddy. As Stephen Miles wins it here tonight, getting another win, and again, there you go. You broke the news. I didn't want to say it, but yeah, he did have a child literally 24 hours ago, and that's kind of the reason for those who watch the podcast or listen to the podcast, we haven't really recorded it yet. It's because we wanted him to have his time, and he wants to still be a part of it, and we're all family, so we're going to wait for him, and we'll do the podcast recording likely tomorrow and get it released probably tomorrow night if everything goes well and correct for us. All right, let's take a look real quick at the finishing order, and then we'll get the rest of the top three on here. As Kyle Ethier finishes second, Alex Bryson third, Brandon Alphen fourth. Ty Young gets his top five there. Casey Carrington sixth, Chris Lewis seventh. Randy Cornwell eighth, Jacob Gibson ninth, and Christopher Dean finishes 10th with Eureka 11th. Josh Dillon 12th. Daniel Giroux ends up 13th. Craig Martin and Devin Ramsey get a top 15. Stephen Melnick 16th, and then Matt Telder finishing in the 17th position. 18th to Don Maruso, Clement Downey, Josh Parent 20th, Sean Lester, Josh Gagnon, and Aaron Leave It to Beaver finishing in the 23rd and final position there. As we go and talk with our second place finisher, and that being Kyle Ethier, who fought and battled and was able to make that move on Bryson. I was having flashbacks to that particular all-star race here a couple seasons ago where you and Bryson kind of had a little tit for tap, if you will. And but you guys fought out hard tonight, clean racing, and a good race for you.
Yeah, it was pretty good. The old Budweiser Chevy was pretty fast tonight. I knew Miles once he got past me. I knew that was about it. He's usually got me beat here, but I saved a little bit on that last run, kind of hoping for a caution, and because I think I got off pit road about 3-4 seconds behind them, and it almost worked. If I didn't have to pass Bryson, I think I had something for Miles there. But either way, it was a really good night. Fast car, good clean racing from all of us up there, and had a good time.
Yeah, I was going to say, the racing up there, you had that long green flag run there in the middle. That obviously put on a good show, and to come back from the pole, obviously 2 straight poles when you go back to the Truck Series race last week. And, yeah, obviously it seems like a little bit of momentum starting to brew for this 8 car.
Yeah, I guess about time. I haven't, I don't really, that's the thing, I don't really do many officials, so as we're kind of getting back into the swing of all the leagues and everything, it's warming me up, if you will. And so I guess that's good, starting to get back in the old swing of things. But yeah, just a good race.
There you go, man. Well, send some shout outs over you like to.
Yeah, shout out to CFT Brigade, all my teammates over there, Chris, T.I., obviously you for putting on this great Scalicast. Can't wait to go watch it. And shout out to the podcast, by the way. Go listen to the Scalicast, everybody. And yeah, just had a good fun night, and I think we're at the Brickyard next. Another good track for me, so can't wait to get there.
Yeah, it should be fun, man. Great job tonight. Congratulations, and we'll see you on Friday.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. As Kyle Ethier finishes in the second position, I did try to get the points updated, but they weren't letting me yet, so I think I have to wait for the session to be done before I can get them up to date. But Ethier obviously finishing second, and AB finishing in the third position tonight. Alex, obviously Miles mentioned that looked like maybe you were just being a good teammate here tonight when the race was over with, but unfortunately I think maybe doing that kind of lost you a spot there.
I mean, definitely had Dover flashbacks. Little PTSD there. Wanted to ship it on the outside in 3 and 4. Definitely overdrove it, but no, just I'm always going to be a good teammate. I'm going to do what's best for the team and what's best for my friends. But yeah, definitely cost myself a spot. I felt like I could have finished second. I mean, Ethier, had the better lane choice, so to speak, going into 3. But yeah, I mean, I'm a good sport.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I kind of mentioned to Kyle, I was like, you speaking of PTSD and stuff. I remember a particular All-Star race here a couple seasons ago, where you two were good friends at the end.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. Thank you for bringing that up.
You're welcome, buddy.
Yeah, totally forgot about that. I mean, I have no ill will towards anybody in this league. I mean, stuff happens, especially out on the track. You know what I mean? But wow, that brought back nostalgia.
My first thought was, oh no, these two together again. But you didn't remember.
And that's the type of racing that we do around us. When we're around each other, I should say. We always have that little fiery edge when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't want to make it a rivalry or anything like that, but
Right.
it definitely gets intense. I'll admit it. I grip my wheel a little bit tighter when I'm around him, and that's a good cause, and it's for good reason.
And you're teammates now too, so you guys get to share McDonald's meals or whatever. But
Yummy.
yeah, there you go. And but still, great job here tonight. Another top 3, good run for the team, and send some shout outs whoever you like to, bud.
Well, I got to thank TI Racing. Got to thank Stephen Miles, Brendan Alphin, Christine, of course, Chris Lewis. I got to thank you for putting on these amazing broadcasts. Gonna shout out Kyle Ethier for racing me clean there towards the end. Wow, I just drew a big blank. I know. See, thank you. Someone's got to hold my hand in life, all right? Gotta thank my wife, my kids, especially my wife, lets me take time out of our busy lives to do this. Gotta shout out my dad. Hopefully he's watching. He's probably asleep. It's that older generation. I don't know what it is. I did. It's fine. He'll get me back eventually. He'll say like I have a lot of gray hair, more gray hair than what he does at 58. And my excuse would be, well, I have 3 kids. He goes, well, I had 3 kids too. And I'm like, you know what? Don't even start your crap. So it's neither here or there at this point. I'm going to shout out my wife's grandmother. Yeah, just, it was a great race overall.
It was a good race. And congratulations on your top 3. And we shall see you on Friday, I believe. No, you don't run All-American. Never mind.
No, I can't run Fridays anymore, unfortunately.
Understood.
But I do watch. I like to watch you stream whatever you're doing, whether you're flying planes or, whether it's Sim 500 or, Tuesdays or Thursdays. I like watching Thursday truck races when I can. So big shout out to you.
Appreciate that. And even though you had to sit there and watch me for an extra hour trying to fly into Charlotte a little bit ago. So, but great job tonight.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Yep, he just brought out the pilots. By the way, that's on Twitch. I do that, so for those curious. Alex Bryson finishing in the 3rd position here tonight. Congratulations to him. In the top 3 finish. I'm actually, while he is talking, getting the points updated here. And I did get the points without the drop is updated now. Just want to make sure it's accurate before it is launched. Here it is. So let's show you that. The points without a drop right now. So this would be the straight 6 races that have been run. You see Carrington still leads by 15 over Brandon Alphin. Stephen Miles is 20 back in 3rd. Alex Bryson, Ty Young now up to the 5th position. However, the big thing we need to share with you is that there are 2 drop races. So basically what that means is in 10 races, your best 8 finishes are the ones that count. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back into the system here for a second and give me a minute here to do the editing, because you're going to see what the difference looks like here momentarily if I can hit the right buttons. This is called stalling on live TV for those who don't know. Edit point settings, and over here we're going to change this to the number 6. We're actually going to keep 4 out of the 6, drop 2, hit save changes, and then bring you the point standings here momentarily, and you're going to see the difference here. So when I show you this, think of Carrington's worst 2 finishes, Alphin's, Miles, all those guys with their worst 2 finishes, and what it looks like now when I show you the points here. So that's the best way for me to share to make this easier for you to understand. So you see right now Carrington has a 15-point lead without the drops. Okay, so I'm going to take this off the screen. And here it is now with the drops. It is a 6-point lead over Brandon Alphin. So again, Casey's 2 finishes, worst finishes, which would probably be tonight, is one of them, goes out the window. Doesn't count. The race counts still, but only your top 4 finishes count. So that's 3 wins and a 4th top 5 is basically what's got Carrington up in the lead. Brandon 2nd, Miles 3rd, Bryson 4th, Chris Lewis up to 5th. So Ty Young's actually 6th now with the 2 drop weeks. So that's just how that works out. And that's what makes this kind of creative. It allows drivers to miss a race or have something happen in a race, and it's kind of forgiven because there are a lot of things outside of somebody's control. If it's real life with work, if it's somebody's wheel breaking or something like that that causes an accident that you get involved in, and you know, it's just more forgiving. It is a simulator, a video game, if you will. That this is not an actual real life race, so you get a little forgiving. So, all right. With that said, we're gonna head out. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. Big shout out to Casey Carrington. Big shout out to Matt Telder. Big shout out to who else helped me out with this? Tyler Dalton over at Sim 500 for helping me with the graphics update. As obviously did a little bit of work here throughout the weekend, changing the colors around so that made the screen more presentable because I was getting a lot of feedback for that. So I do want to send a shout out to those guys for helping me with that this weekend. And look forward to continuing to work on that. But next time we're on the air, Friday night, All-American at Las Vegas. We head out. And remember, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. See ya.
copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, reused, or retransmitted in any form without the authorized written consent of Captain Esports Network. Captain would like to thank all of his loyal fans for your continued support, and he hopes you enjoyed today's broadcast.
The following is a special presentation. From the Captain Esports Network.